Hello everyone, hope you all are fit and fine. So children, see, I'm back here to teach you English literature. So today I'm going to start our third assessment syllabus. So I hope you all know about the third assessment syllabus. So now all of you take out your book number 5, page number 2. Here you can see the chapter name, Pumpkin Tree and Walnut Vines. So here is a twist. Why pumpkin tree and walnut vines? So for this we have to read the chapter. So all of you come to the next page, page number 3, and let's see why the author has retained the title that the pumpkin tree and walnut vines. So children, now in page number 3, we'll start the chapter and side by side I'll explain the chapter. So before I start the chapter, I want to tell you that we are going to meet an old man named Nasiruddin Hoja. So kids, now let's start the chapter. Read on to find out why Nasiruddin Hoja thought things is nature should be different. One day, Nasiruddin Hoja was walking towards the village. It was a hot summer afternoon and he was tired. He saw a cold spot under a walnut tree where a pumpkin vine was growing. So children, what happened? One day, and it was a hot summer afternoon, an old man, Nasiruddin Hoja, was walking towards the village and he was very tired. Suddenly, he saw a cold spot under a walnut tree where he noticed a pumpkin vine was growing. Now all of you come to the next page, page number 4. He sat under the tree and took off his turban. The breeze cooled his head. He looked around and said to himself, Mother Nature is so strange. The huge tree has to bear just small tiny walnuts. But look at the pumpkin vines. It lies on the ground, bearing such a huge pumpkins. So children, here Nasiruddin Hoja sat under the walnut tree and took off his turban. So what is turban? A turban is a long piece of cloth tied in a special way around a man's head. Okay? Then the priest cooled his head and he was relaxed. After some time, he looked around and said to himself that Mother Nature is not normal because the huge tree has to bear just a tiny walnuts and the pumpkin vine which lies on the ground bearing a huge pumpkin. So children, now all of you come to page number 5. The more he thought about it, the funnier Hoja thought it was. Why would little walnuts grow on a huge tree and a huge pumpkins grow on a big vines? It is all wrong. The big pumpkins should grow on the big trees. The little walnuts should grow on the vines. So here, children, the more Hoja thought about it, the funnier he thought it was. That he thought, why would the walnuts grow on a huge tree and pumpkins grow on a big vines? It is all wrong. He said to himself that the big pumpkin should grow on big trees and walnut should grow on the vines. While Hoja was busy planning, a strong breeze blew. The branches above his head swelled. The Hoja went on, it has to be planned differently. Suddenly, in the strong breeze, a walnut fell down. It hit the Hojas on his bare head. Ouch! He picked up the walnut. It was small but hard. While Hoja was planning, a strong breeze blew. And suddenly a walnut fell down and it hit the Hoja's bare head. He picked up the walnut and said, It was small but hard. The Hoja looked thankfully at the pumpkins growing on the ground. I am sure Hoja looked thankfully at the pumpkins growing on the ground. I am such a fool to think that pumpkins should grow on trees and walnuts on vines, he thought. Rubbing his head, he smiled. You are wise, Mother Nature. The golden pumpkins looked beautiful on their vines, and the tiny walnuts swayed on the branches of the tree. Like that, he told, and he went to his way. I hope, children, you have understood and enjoyed the chapter. Thank you.